Hello guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for your continued support, you guys. I appreciate it. So we're going to start with the singing bowl, and then I'm going to get into your reading. We are on Scorpio, you guys, and that is going to be the reading I get into right after we do the little prayer and singing bowl, okay? Here we go, Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, protection, and unconditional love. I'm grateful for all known and unknown, seen and unseen, divine energy guiding, allowing, and protecting us. As we receive these messages with an open heart and mind, I pray these messages reach those who need them and those who will fully embrace and express their own divine energy for the highest and most loving good. As we walk on the path of love, healing, and redemption, may your healing light touch, taint, and transmute all darkness with understanding, acceptance, and faith in the holy light of love. Amen. And thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right, guys. So, okay, the spread I'm doing is a life path spread. So the first card out is going to be where you're at. The second card is going to be your desires or where you want to go, where you're headed. Third card is going to be your first step to getting there. And the fourth card is your strengths. And the fifth card is what I'm calling like your soft spot or your weakness. Okay, guys, so we are going to go ahead and start with, I am using the Terra Animal Oracle. This is a wonderful deck if you get a chance to get this, you guys. I do want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. I haven't said it for a while. I did post it on the community saying thank you, but I appreciate you, and I hope everybody's doing well. These energies going through have been, these readings and the energy has been kind of, it's kind of, some of them have been a little, like, I don't want to say harsh, but a little like, yeah, kind of just like trying to get people to not be like lazy. And that means like in their spiritual endeavors and what they're standing up for, what they're wanting, following their heart, stuff like that, you guys. Ooh, this one has two. Under the weakness spot. Let's see here. Okay. Ooh, on the bottom we got wasp, and it's affliction. And okay, let me look here. Okay. Okay. Looks like going towards something here. Maybe not resisting something. Resistance, the stink bug. This is also a card of kind of protection too, in pursuit of something. So you could be moving towards something or wanting to move towards something, or actually what I'm really getting right away is you're feeling, it feels like there's some kind of feeling here of wanting to actually not move towards something, but there's just this feeling here of not resisting something that you know you probably maybe, I'm feeling like shouldn't pursue. Like you could be pursuing something or going for something here, Scorpio or whoever this is resonating with, that just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel, you could be having a feeling. Now, I'm not saying whether it's positive or negative or good or bad, but I am saying there's a feeling here of being like protective or over yourself or over a situation, and Yeah, this is interesting energy, because in the next step we got caution, and that's interesting. We're going to read these, you guys, in excess. You could be even thinking about contributing or giving like your resources or your time or your energy to someone, something, some situation in your life. The weak spots is peace and opportunity. And this feels like there's a feeling here of not being maybe overly cautious here. We are going to read more on this, you guys, and I'm going to pull an animal card and a white light oracle too, but we're going to start reading this because this is got me a little curious and a little confused here, because it feels like you're resisting something but yet pursuing something. But it's like, because it's like feels like there's a feeling here of either being overprotective or not protecting yourself enough. But it feels like you got like a lot, or maybe you're pursuing something for the wrong reasons is another message coming through. Because there's a feeling here of not taking an opportunity or not looking and seeing the opportunity for peace, or you could be really pursuing something here that's it feels kind of uncomfortable, but that's, I haven't even read this, but this is really interesting energy I'm getting here. The stink bug. Okay, the stink bug. All right, this is the stink bug, you guys. Resistance. Come one, come all. The stink bug doesn't show up. It invades. And this did come out reversed. You see one, and before you know it, they are all over the place. This Asian bug swarmed to North America only a few decades ago. Since their unintended arrival, the stink bug's numbers have soared. This inescapable insect warns that resistance may be an invasive force in your life. Now, I'm not sure if it's saying, you know, you're not resisting enough because that's why it was reversed, or you're resisting something because of this, maybe an overly cautious attitude towards it. You're going to know better by really tapping into your truth. This inescapable insect warns that resistance may be an invasive force in your life. It hints of a feeling, emotion, or even perhaps a person that you wish would stop knocking at your door. There was pursuit here, so there could be somebody pursuing you and you want to leave you alone, or you're pursuing somebody that, how do I put this? Or you're resisting pursuing something that you want because of a feeling of being overly cautious. We will get more into this. Are you pushing back on what is being thrown your way? You can't keep kicking the ball forever. At some point, you will be required to take action to own up to what you've been avoiding. That is kind of what this is feeling like. Like you're avoiding like somebody could be wanting to make amends with you or pursue you, come back to you. This could even be a job wanting you back. This could be a relationship, you guys. This could be a multitude of things, but in our lives, we are, you know, it could be even yourself, you know, something within yourself telling you to pursue something and you're resisting it because you feel like there's like you're worried about something. There's a lot in this reading right away. At some point, you will be required to take action to own up to what you've been avoiding. What in your life is creeping in? And do you have the door barred shut? And then the next one is PU. When we keep digging in our heels to resist something, the enemy grows while we stir in frustration. When we procrastinate, the task grows more cumbersome as it sits in limbo. The stink bug's scent glands that lie underneath their body can create a foul-smelling odor when this bug is disturbed. Deal with resistance in your life before it grows into a big, stinky problem. Don't wait until what you've been avoiding finds its way past your blockade. You can't resist your feelings, your thoughts, or communication with those around you forever. You can turn your back, but eventually the swelling mob will create a circle around you, and then where will you go? Yeah, so this feels like you could be avoiding maybe communicating or coming into some peace with something here. Maybe feels like there's a lot to be pursued here, or a lot that you're resisting. It feels like a lot of resistance. That's, as I'm getting more into this, that's what it's coming together as. It's also kind of saying, you know, the longer you put off what you're pursuing, it's just going to keep knocking at your door. It's going to keep keep coming. It's not going to give up. It's like this hound, which is the next card I'm going to read, which is pursuit. It's that scent. It's something following a scent here. It's like, I'm almost feeling like, you know, yeah, there's, interesting. Like you're smelling something out. You're finding something, or some vice versa. You're being found, or you're being pursued, or it could go either way, guys, but there is a resistance here. And you can't resist the talk, the conversation, or the feeling, if that's the case. Crop loss, which is the next section of this card, the stink bug. And this is what happened to all those good apples and peaches. The stink bug's invasion ruins an enormous amount of crops every year. Farmers are, and then that comes in with this excess, which is in your strength. So I feel like you have recently a lot of good things. You've reaped maybe some good harvest in your experience, in your journey, whoever this is resonating with. And now it's feeling like maybe it's not going as well, or things are looking to go south. And I feel like it's because you're resisting something, pursuing something, or moving towards something that isn't going to leave you alone, or vice versa. You are not moving towards what you know is you're being led to. And it's kind of it's not. So the more you stay in the space that you know you should be moving away from, or pursuing, or answering the door, or whatever it is, having that conversation, honoring that feeling, honoring that thought, it's kind of, it's misaligning with what you want, or what needs to happen here to either clear some blockages or create a path forward and continue to, this could be, it feels kind of karmic even. Farmers are almost constantly waging a war of resistance against their destruction. But they don't throw in the towel when crop loss occurs. So even if something hasn't went the way you maybe wanted it to, it's saying to keep, I feel like it's saying to continue to, like, you know, say you had a conversation, or you honored a thought, or you honored a feeling, and it didn't go the way you wanted. And I talk about this all the time. Things don't always go the first time the way we want. And then we give up. We give up on our dreams, or we give up on what we want, or we give up what we know we're supposed to be a part of. Or we just resist it all because we're afraid of rejection. You can resist your feelings, your thoughts. Oh, sorry, I just read that. It says, throughout your life, you encounter opposition everywhere. Learn to find beauty and growth in resistance. If you're faced with a bad harvest, don't quit. Adapt and keep going. I don't feel like you've had a bad harvest. I feel like there's something really good with the shrew here, but it's like almost too much. Like, and that, it's like saying maybe you need to share this with others, or maybe invest it in something, but you're feeling like apprehensive about it. You could be resisting doing something maybe positive with what you've learned, what you've gained, what you have, something like that. The ecosystem is the praying mantis, and the stink bug lacks many predators, as most resist their stinky aroma. The praying mantis, on the other hand, couldn't care less. Mindfulness may help you eclipse any resistance that lies in your way. It can assist you in attaining a better understanding of what you may be unknowingly working against. Interesting. You could be really working against something coming toward you, or something trying to lead you towards it, or something you know you want and you know you're being led towards, and you could just be closing the door on that opportunity, or that, yeah, there's just a feeling here of maybe feeling really, it's interesting because we have the excess, and we have the excess in crops, and that's what I'm feeling. And then we have in the first step, caution. Something here is feeling like it's taking, like, be mindful right now about what you're resisting. Like, there's something here that I feel like you shouldn't be resisting, but you are. Maybe, or vice versa. I'm feeling this both ways, you guys. This could be for a couple different situations, but there's, praying mantis. This is telling me the only kind of predator, one of the only predators, besides the wasp, which is on the bottom, you guys. The wasp is on the bottom, and that is affliction. You're afraid of being hurt or something, and you could miss out on a really opportunity to feel peace. But it's almost like there's so much here, you guys. you could even be afraid of hurting somebody's feelings by avoiding a conversation, something that's pursuing you or something that keeps knocking at your door, and it's causing your energy level to go down, and it's causing you to maybe not pay mind to what you're working on. I'm getting so many messages with this. It can assist you in attaining a better understanding of what you may be unknowingly working against. Prayer, you know, I'm feeling with the praying mantis, the only way to get through this resistance is ask yourself in deep prayer, deep thought, think on this. Think on what you're resisting and why, and how is it affecting your energy, and your flow of energy and your flow of like abundance. We are, and this is the wasp, we are all at resistance against affliction, but the strain of fighting off a heavy opponent can cause us to tap out. It's saying don't give up. Whatever this is, it's saying don't give up. Like face something. If it's not about giving up on something, it's about facing it and standing up for yourself and saying, no, you're not, you know, like not running from something, not hiding from something. Wow, this is interesting. We all succumb to our fears and anxieties at some point. If you find yourself resisting pain, consider that letting the invasion happen might be the only way to get beyond it. Just like letting whatever this is that you're resisting happen. Even if you, it's like, it's saying, I feel like you have plenty of a reserve, whether this is spiritually, mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically, materially. And there is a caution on just, there's feeling here of it all kind of being, I feel like you need to get over this feeling because it's like, stopping something from moving forward, a fear of like losing everything, or a fear of like being left with nothing, or hurt, or, you know, something like that. There's, if you yourself are resisting pain, consider that letting the invasion happen might be the only way to get beyond it. Like, and this could even like be letting like feelings invade you that you're trying to resist feeling, something like that. By opening the floodgates, you might breathe a sigh of relief. That's yes, like there's something here where it's like you have a lot of feelings built up, or a lot of thoughts or feelings, maybe both, probably both, about something in your life that you need to just stop shutting the door to, and you need to just let come through and feel it. What we resist persists. So if there's something like knocking at your door won't leave you alone, feelings, thoughts, something, it's just, it's causing your energy level to go down here. That's what I'm getting here, Scorpio, or whoever this resonates with. Let's go to the Hound. Blind spot. This is where we're headed into here, the Hound here, with this pursuit. And it also came in reverse, but it's that Hound, and he's sniffing down that trail, that track. When the Hound has its nose to the ground, the droopy skin around their eyes falls forward, creating blinders. This lets them focus only on what lies directly in front of them. What are you focused on at this time? Are you distracted by what's far down the road? This card asks you to think about what your keen senses are leading you, where your keen senses are leading you in pursuit of. If you find yourself actively working towards a goal, keep your eyes on the prize. Even if there is like a feeling of wanting to give up on something, or not being able to attain something, that feeling of like lack or not having enough, it's saying to push through that feeling if that's your story. But it says if you are unsure of where you're headed, know that your senses are guiding you somewhere. Try to hone in on what it is. And that's why this that praying mantis energy is coming into, and it's saying, you know, you might have to do some really deep thinking and thought on this. However, be careful that you aren't so focused on what you are striving towards that you lose sight of what is around you. There is a fine line between focus and a blind spot. Yeah. Like there could be something, an opportunity here, or somebody or something pursuing you that you're resisting because you're very focused on one goal. Maybe it's protecting yourself. Maybe it's protecting what you've worked hard to gain in your life. And there's like a feeling here of somebody, and this could be several different stories. Like I said, this is a general reading, you guys, but taking that chance or that opportunity, picking up the scent. If the Hound catches a scent, it's off. Make sure that what you are in pursuit of is truly calling you, and that you aren't just addicted to the chase. Yeah, if you are chasing something, and I don't know, if you're overly chasing something or overly pursuing something, and it keeps avoiding you or the situation, or, you know, it's like, it's feeling like in that case, you need to back off and focus more on, I'm not feeling that scenario as much as the first one, but it says spend some time reminding yourself of what you are in search for and why you're running after it. It's crucial to know when the trail has gone cold and it's time to move on. Relentless pursuit without direction is just wasted time. Ear to the ground. The hound's ears play an essential role in their hunt. Unlike most dogs, their ears aren't perky, but that doesn't mean that they aren't helpful. The long wagging ears drag the ground to stir up the scent as they run. This animal guide reminds you that you should be actively running, not passively walking the treadmill. That's more what I'm feeling too. It's like facing something head on, not just holding still, because it's actually going to stir up something that could show you more. I am feeling that with the locust, kind of, it's going to stir up something, and it's going to bring in an opportunity. But it's like right now you're not taking an opportunity or something that could bring some peace and quiet. It feels like something loudly is bothering you or knocking at your door, or something you're loudly thinking about all the time, almost obsessively. Either this could go either way, like there's an obsession over you or you're obsessing over something else. And it's saying, you know, in order to quiet the mind, you should just speak this or let this go through you or face this. There's something here really felt, like you can feel this energy, like nagging at you, niggling at you. Knowing what you want isn't enough. You must be in constant, fervent pursuit of it. It won't find you. The journey should not always be comfortable. If there are no hills or valleys, be wary of your direction. Just as the hound uses its ears, use your own talents and passions as a guidepost. The ecosystem is the hare and the human. This prey is another subtle reminder that abundance requires avid pursuit. Be clear about what you want, and you will find clarity on how to reach it. Put what abundance means to you down on paper, and you will pick up the scent. The hound may be man's faithful companion, but he is the one with the extraordinary senses. He tells the human where to go. The human's powerful mind is not always the most loyal guide. Yeah. Go with your senses right now too, Scorpio, whatever this is. Don't think too much about this. It's like if you're pursuing something, pursue it with your senses, with your feelings, not your mind. And if you're hearing this message and you know, hey, I need to stop pursuing that, or listen to the senses that you're getting. Listen to the feeling of something maybe not leaving you alone until you face it or deal with it, or you not being able to attain a goal because you're not pursuing it. Maybe you're scattering your energy, or you're just not pursuing it because you're afraid. I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that shines ain't always going to be gold. So that's interesting, because it's like, yeah, pursue it maybe even if you're cautious. And that's what I'm getting from that quote. And that is J. Walter Weatherman from Arrested Development. So that is another message here. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the first step, which is this locust, and it's caution. But I am feeling like this is interesting. This is the locust card, you guys. It comes in swarms. This would be the first step to either moving toward it. This is like the step that needs taken. And I don't think it's necessarily saying have caution. It may be saying you're being overly cautious. It could be both. Like I said, this is general, you guys. The insect shows up to the party suddenly and is really good at bringing friends. The message from this guide is to proceed with caution. Whether it's a swarm of action, emotion, or ideas, if the locust hasn't already arrived, it is soon to come, and with intensity. Something's coming in here, or if you haven't already felt this coming in or knocking at your door or pursuing you, or you aren't pursuing it, you can feel you want to pursue it, it's going to happen. And it's going to be, it feels like overwhelming. It feels like almost too much, like where you want to just shut it out or avoid it, not deal with it, like it's too much. It feels like a lot of energy, okay? This desert insect seems just the ordinary grasshopper until it's triggered to swarm. You could be afraid even, you know, by pursuing something or resisting something. There's a group mentality or some kind of group dynamic playing into this. This desert insect seems to, when it rains, it pours. While there is potential for it to indicate a rough patch, the locust does not necessarily forecast the negative, though it does indicate fast, passionate, and intense change. Are you prepared? So this could be really overwhelming. Like I said, a lot of energy all at once. by pursuing something that you're resisting. That's what I'm feeling. Or not pursuing something that's nagging at you and you just need to face it, say it, let the feelings flow through you. Because it does say, whether it's a swarm of action, emotion, or ideas. If it hasn't arrived, it's soon to come and with intensity. And that is this next step. So getting through this locust energy. Lingering doubts is the next section. We've all seen a scary movie where they linger somewhere for too long and become a sitting duck. The locust is an expert at avoiding this trap. This insect in swarm doesn't move alone and doesn't stand still. It lets go of controlled flight and puts itself into autopilot. Following those senses, once again, coming in, following those senses, kind of just doing what, don't think against what you want to do, like what your body's wanting to do, what your senses are wanting to do. Traveling with the wind. Oh, that's interesting. Like, don't trying to restrain the thoughts or restrain the thing here. There's something here you're trying to resist, restrain, constrict in yourself about something you either want to pursue or something you want to face head on so that it stops pursuing you. So it can leave you alone. It can leave your conscience alone. It can leave your heart alone, whatever it is. It says caution doesn't mean to be afraid. It asks you to take a little bit longer to make big decisions and to be aware and cautious of your surroundings. It could be that being cautious isn't moving away from something detrimental, but slowing you down so that you don't pass up something wonderful. That's in the weak spot with the opportunity and the peace. There could be something here that feels like it's just not happening. Also, this is another scenario, but that could bring a lot of peace into your. But if you don't slow down or you're pursuing something obsessively and don't slow down, you could miss this opportunity. This is going definitely, it's a definitely at least two ways, and it's opposite ways. Cautionary attraction. The locust is bittersweet tale of attraction. Swarms develop when it's compelled through pheromones to find friends. These pheromones both help it move out of solitude and towards connection, but also create disaster and crop loss in its path. The locust asks you to caution how you know when something is right, good, attractive, or beneficial. What is drawing you towards it? The guide cautions unhealthy attachments. Being mindful to why you're pursuing something or why you want to, either why you're closing the door to something or why you want to move towards something. Is it healthy? Is it toxic? Is it an addiction? What is it? Incorporate a healthy level of caution in your life. Healthy level. It doesn't mean overly caution. It says healthy. Take stock of things in their complexity. Not as just good or bad, yes or no, black or white. Love carefully. Abstain carefully. And keep all things at healthy, balanced levels. So you could even be pursuing this. I also am feeling like you could be trying to create peace in your life also by going and doing everything in excess. You could be doing something in excess here. I am getting that. This could be for another person. This could be for the same person. But there's that addiction. There's that crutch coming in here loud and clear with the energy to give you peace, to try to create peace. And it's just not the healthy way. It's like there's something else that's the root of you. If this part of this reading is yours, it's like there's something healthier that you could be doing, like facing this, confronting this resistance or this pursuing energy instead of maybe doing something to excess or not utilizing what you have in a balanced way. Oh, it says, besides, you know what a cautious fellow I am. Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. The fennec fox, the small skulking predator, reminds you what there is to be cautious of, whether it is deceiving ourselves or others. Be vigilant and champion honesty towards yourself and others. Don't just passively. That's a couple times now that this passivity has come into your guys' reading. This is facing something head on, whether it's within yourself or outside of yourself. It's facing it head on, you guys, taking it on by the bull by the horns and just getting what you need to do done and not avoiding what it is you need to do to reach this more peaceful place. That's what I'm getting from that. All right, so let's go to this excess, which is in the strong point here, and it is the shrew. The shrew. I think shrews are so cute, but yeah, they are. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, you could be very headstrong, very determined, pursuing something absolutely, maybe that's not even healthy for you. This could be something toxic, you guys. It's going both ways. I'm feeling this both ways, and you'll know. Have you been stacking up emotions, feelings, or things? Do you know how to how do you now have an unkept pile of who knows what lying around waiting for your attention? The shrew is a ferocious animal, and it needs to eat its entire body weight of food every single day. If it doesn't eat within just a few hours, it could die. Is there something that you are repeating, something you are accumulating? Are these feelings, are these thoughts? Is this actual excess in material things or substances even, you guys? Are you piling up emotions and then, not handling them in a balanced way because you're not facing something head on, so it's just stacking up and it's causing some kind of avoidance and toxicity? The shrew warns of excess. What are you participating in that is excessive and unnecessary? And how can you scale back? This animal guide is here to tell you that you need to purge, let go, and pare it down. During the harsh winter months, this is the next section, which is less is more. You could be even holding on to a whole bunch of stuff you need to release. And that's another message I'm getting. It's feeling like this is multiple messages for different people. Are you exhausted from hauling excess baggage? This card asks you to get rid of everything you don't absolutely need, material or immaterial. Find ways to do with less. It will provide you with the freedom you may not even realize you crave. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. There's this peace and freedom that you may not even see opportunity in because it's like, I need this stuff, or I need this substance, or I need this. It's like, this makes me feel better or something. When it's like, if I didn't have all that, how would you feel? Well, you're not going to know if you don't give it a full-hearted try and face it. Face like the fear of not having something, or letting feelings go through you, or facing your thoughts and confronting your obsessions or addictions or resistance head on. I'll take that. The shrew's love of excess also means utilizing what isn't theirs. These tiny animals don't burrow their own tunnels. Instead, they make use of the tunnels that already exist from other animals. Must it really be new, or can you make use of what already exists? And maybe this could be over excess in buying stuff, shopping, you guys. Resist something right now. I'm feeling like there is one, either you need to pursue, and I feel like it's you need to pursue like the truth of why you are either resisting something or going after something, and decide whether it's toxic or not. The shrew says that you have everything you need before you. This tiny animal also warns against taking. Their adoption of another animal's hard work asks you to reflect on the boundaries that exist between what is yours and what is not. Don't take, create it for yourself. Alternatively, be cautious that others aren't positioned to take from you. Oh, you guys, this is a lot. This feels very like, messy too. It does feel a little messy. The locust, this prey represents, and this is in the ecosystem of the shrew, and we got the locust in the step 1. This prey represents a cautionary tale of what is at stake when we revel in excess. Let go of the things that don't serve you before you drown in a sea of half-hearted stockpiles. The weasel, purging excess, requires a great deal of flexibility. You must be patient and willing to let go of things that you don't need, and to adjust your life to living without them. This process may take compromise. What you may want may not be what you need. I am getting that strongly, or vice versa. You need to stand up to something that but I do these readings for whoever is watching them, but it feels like there's just something here that you may want, you may be pursuing hard, you may think you need, but you don't. It's actually feeling quite toxic, and you need to face something head on. Perhaps when we find ourselves wanting everything, it is because we are dangerously close to wanting nothing. Oh, let's see about this weakness with the, I'm just going to, let's see, the panda and the hyena. Pacifism. This is that being, this is something you're avoiding. This is something you're beating around the bush about. Maybe you're not facing it head on within yourself. If this is something you know is an issue and it won't leave you alone, and it keeps niggling at you, it keeps telling you stop this, or get rid of this, or stop pursuing this, or start pursuing it. Stop resisting this voice that's within. Allowing yourself a peaceful atmosphere will greatly assist your current development and will help you avoid unnecessary strife. Keeping the peace. And this is stuff you're, maybe not doing because it's in your weakness or your soft spot here. These pandas have high bite force. It's also about sitting back and relaxing, purging, getting rid of things. Choosing not to push back doesn't mean you are weak. There is a right time and place for conflict, but simply knowing your own strength and power is often enough. You are being asked to hone a silent and dignified power. Are you addicted to the hunt? That's what I'm getting, you guys. There's something here you are, like, kind of, it feels mindlessly obsessed or mindlessly intoxicated with. Or, and it feels like there's a lot of cleansing and purging and needing to release this, this thought or this feeling or this pursuit. That's the biggest energy, but there's all the other messages in here too for those of you that one doesn't fit. But yeah, it says protected by a thick coat of fur, you can refocus your energy on what's important. At some point, if you choose to remain in a turbulent situation, you are solely responsible for it. You have the freedom to alter your circumstances by facing something head on, by pursuing what really matters here or what you really need, not what you want. The human, the panda is, and this is the ecosystem, the human is the predator and the panda is an apex predator, which means it almost has no threats in the wild. What is responsible for the panda's decline is the human, and this is the destruction, our own. This always tells me when the human is in the ecosystem that we are our own worst enemy. You could be really fighting against your own peace and new opportunities or something because you got a one-track mind here, or you aren't facing something or allowing something to move through you or come into your full awareness and deal with it. That's what I'm getting. Peace demands the most heroic labor and the most difficult sacrifice. This could be something you really don't want to give up on, something you really don't want to stop pursuing, something you really don't want to stop hoping for, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just not with, it's something, there's something, I'm going to read the hyena real quick, you guys, but there's just something here that's just blocking your happiness or blocking, and it's this pursuit and this resisting, like stopping or something. And it's like stopping, it could be stopping anything. Stopping an addiction, stopping an obsession, stopping maybe wanting more than what you already have. That could be it too. Who you know. The hyena is a social creature. And this does feel like a lot. This feels like a lot of energy. It feels like a lot of energy that you're getting ready to deal with, or you could be in this moment dealing with. This card says that there are opportunities waiting for you. Hurry and take advantage of them. They won't stick around. So there might be an opportunity to really clear up some things here, release some things, maybe pursue some things, or stop resisting what it is that is pursuing you or you want to pursue. There's at least 4 or 5 things just coming in here. The hyena knows that it's always about how hard you work. The animal hunts, but when free dinner presents itself, they aren't picky. It's also being an opportunist. If you see an opportunity, but not taking what's not yours. That's another message that came through. Take all opportunities that come your way. Don't narrow your field of view. What if your need comes disguised? It might not look how you want it to look. You might be pursuing something that looks a certain way. You might need to really deal with this and sift through this within yourself. Yeah, there's something here. What allows the hyena to be such a fantastic opportunist? Scavenging is easy when you are equipped with the unique ability to digest pretty much anything, even bones. And they can take a lot. They are resilient creatures, you guys. So definitely, even if something doesn't look like a great opportunity, maybe it's saying take it. Or even if a message doesn't sound like, yeah, it's like, look at something kind of beyond what it looks like. It might look, you might immediately be disgusted or resist something that actually is a good thing for you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. My mother always said, if you want something, you're going to have to work hard and take advantage of every opportunity. The lion is one of the ecosystems on this, and it says, opportunity often involves competition, and it takes a great deal of bravery to stand your ground when you want something. This could also be continue to pursuing something. But if it's an obsession, you know if it's toxic or something like that. But if it's healthy and balanced, or maybe it's saying just to scale back a little, to balance it out. Maybe not completely stop pursuing what you want or stop doing what it, but to maybe not put so much emphasis on it and balance out your, think about why it is you want it. And is it healthy for you? Is it something you want, or is it something you need? Is there something you need coming in and you're pursuing something you want rather than what you know you need? That's another message. All right, let's get an animal card for you guys. We got the buffalo, and we will read that. It is in earth energy. This feels like it's very earthy. Earth matters. Let's see, the buffalo. There we go. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise towards heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity. Anything that doesn't feel peaceful right now or feel good is an opportunity, I feel like, and you may not see it that way. For you to step away and do something that you need rather than something maybe you want, or vice versa, you know, step towards something that you may want, and it will, that's the thing. Like, it feels like you need to pick your needs over your wants right now. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. That kind of feels like that hyena energy too, where it's like, I'll take my chances. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, it's trusting and it's pure as presence. When out of balance, it's restless and it lacks gratitude. I was feeling that too, like being grateful for what is right in front of you and what is opportunity right in front of you, instead of seeking something more, excess. You know, like you're good at getting more and more, but it's like, what do you really want? What do you really need to make you happy? That's another, and it says to bring into balance prayer. And I was getting that with the resistance, the predator of the stink bug, the praying mantis, and bhakti. All right, let's go ahead and get a Oracle of Light, Light Worker Oracle for you guys. Sacrament of Extreme Unction. And we're just going to read the little short version of that. It's number 34. Oh, opened right up to it. Your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move towards it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. That's it. You're not finding peace and moving towards something or pursuing something. It's like you're wanting to hang on to excess, the past. This feels like that Ten of Wands energy too. It's like you're good at holding on to that stuff, that trunk of stuff. So it's time to let that stuff go and move towards something new here that you need in your life and you want. And you may be surprised at how well it feels. Extreme unction translates into last anointing. While spiritual grace will be with you always and blessings will be available to the receptive heart, this oracle wishes to bring your attention to the ending of a particularly stubborn pattern. That's what I'm getting, a stubborn pattern of pursuing more than what you need, or wanting more than what you need, or maybe shutting your door on opportunities that don't look good, even though those are the right ones for you. That's what I'm getting. As it does, you will feel greater freedom and new lease on life. As if you are being born again in this lifetime, it augurs significant and permanent healing release. This could be letting those feelings go through, guys, not resisting them, and really doing this this work. This oracle encourages you to embrace your future and let go of the emotional and psychological burdens you have been carrying for yourself, and likely for many others, ancestors and more, for far too long. Sometimes we martyr ourselves to the pain of the past, or even attempt to carry the suffering of others, holding it within our hearts, as if that can alleviate the burden of another or create healing. All that happens in such instances is that suffering increases. Let yourself off the hook of guilt, shame, and blame. Give yourself permission to acknowledge that all people, including you, have done their best. The universe is offering you a powerful spiritual gift. Your heart knows how to receive it. Let go. There's no turning back. It's time to start anew. It's time to be happy and free. I love that. All right. So I hope that helped somebody, you guys. That is your reading. I do hope that helps somebody, and I hope you guys have a good day. And as always, I appreciate you guys coming and watching the reading, and I will talk to you later.